Woo! Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you donate to projecttransition.org below. Let's go. Tomlin called BS.
With Andrew Berry?
Yeah. All right. So he told Andrew Berry, Harvard, smart guy, GM, look, Andrew, ain't nobody trading a starting quarterback to the damn team in their same division in the same season unless something ain't right. Like, he called BS on that stuff for real. And I'm like, he made me think, I was like, yo, this is a real, we've been talking about Shedeur in a lot of ways, but this is the first time I'm thinking this was a whole plot and plan.
Don't skip a single second of this video. And if this story touches your heart, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments. Where are you watching from? Let's begin. I'm not going to lie. When Mike Tomlin said what he said, it felt like the air got sucked out of the room. Coaches don't do this. Not in October, not mid-season, not by name, and definitely not to a rival GM. This wasn't subtle. This wasn't quiet. This was a coach breaking the unspoken code. The league runs on polite pressers and carefully worded answers, and Tomlin walked right past all of that and lit a fuse. You could hear it in the cadence, that calm, clipped certainty he has when he's making a point without raising his voice. Boom. One line and the whole conversation around Cleveland flipped. Why would a coach who's seen everything, playoff runs, quarterback carousels, contract sagas, decide today is the day to call BS? What did he see? What does he know that the rest of us don't? You don't toss a grenade into the AFC North for fun. That's a division where every inch matters, where bulletin board material gets stapled up and remembered. So if Tomlin is willing to stand on it mid-season, he's sending a message. The math in Cleveland doesn't add up, and he's not going to pretend it does. And look at the ripple. Media shows pivoted in real time. Clips flew around the timeline. Front office pundits started diagramming theories like they were breaking down a 2-minute drill. Because Tomlin didn't just question a move. He challenged the logic, the hierarchy, the whole decision tree. You don't trade your week 1 starter inside the division in the middle of the grind unless something underneath is cracking, unless someone is getting boxed in, unless a plan is being forced. This wasn't subtle. This wasn't quiet. This was a coach breaking the unspoken code. And here's where it gets louder. His words weren't really about Joe Flacco, not the heart of it. Flacco's the surface-level trigger, the headline. The conversation underneath has a different center of gravity. It keeps sliding back to one name the Browns can't say without starting a storm: Shedeur Sanders. You can feel it. Every sentence about process and competition sounds like it's orbiting a sun they won't acknowledge. That's why Tomlin's line hit so hard, because it cracked the shield. It gave fans permission to say what they were already thinking. This is bigger than depth charts and drive charts. This is politics. This is pressure. This is a franchise trying to control a story that refuses to sit still. Ask yourself, why does the head coach avoid saying Shedeur's name while answering in detail about everyone else? Why remove the veteran safety net midstream if you're married to the patient development plan? Why poke the bear in your own division unless you're trying to corner your own sideline? None of it tracks unless Shedeur is the endgame, unless the front office wants the switch, and the only way to get it is to remove every other door in the hallway. Tomlin knows the game inside the game. He saw the tell. He called it out. And now the noise won't go away. It's climbing. Browns fans can hear it. Steelers fans can hear it. The entire AFC North can hear it. Because once a coach like Tomlin breaks the code, you don't go back to normal, you go deeper. If this was the spark, then the next question isn't, did he say it? It's, what happens next when the chess pieces start to move? Cleveland's quarterback room doesn't look like football strategy right now. It looks like a chessboard. And the crazy part is, the pawns aren't the veterans. They're the rookies. They're the guys who were supposed to be developing quietly in the background, but instead they've been shoved into the center of a power struggle. Dylan Gabriel sits there as the safe option, the system-friendly guy who checks all the boxes for a coach who doesn't want drama. Joe Flacco was supposed to be the insurance policy, The steady veteran presence who could hold the line while the kids learned. And Shedeur Sanders? He's the high upside, high spotlight piece that could change everything if the Browns actually let him touch the board. But here's the move that broke the illusion. Cleveland shipped Flacco out in the middle of the season. Not in the offseason, not after he hit free agency, not in some backroom swap where nobody's paying attention. No, they traded their Week 1 starter to a division rival while games were still being played. That doesn't just bend tradition, it snaps it in half. It doesn't pass the smell test. When have you ever seen a team hand over a quarterback who was just under center for them a month ago to an opponent they're fighting with in the AFC North? It's unprecedented. Donovan McNabb to Washington? That was off-season. Drew Bledsoe after Brady took over? Off-season. Brett Favre to the Vikings? Free agency, not a trade. None of it lines up with what Cleveland just pulled. This was different. This was deliberate. This was calculated. And that's why Tomlin couldn't keep quiet, because everyone in the league knows the unwritten rule. You don't strengthen your rivals while the fight's still happening. Unless you're not really trying to win right now. Unless the move wasn't about Flacco at all, but about cornering Kevin Stefanski and leaving him no exit ramp. Think about it. As long as Flacco was in the building, Stefanski had cover. If Dylan Gabriel struggled, he could toss the vet back in, keep Shedeur on ice, and keep pretending his guy was the long-term solution. But the moment Flacco's gone, now it's just Dylan or Shedeur. That's it. 2 doors left. And one of those doors opens to a kid the front office desperately wants to showcase. This isn't about X's and O's. This is about egos and control. Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam see Shedeur as more than a quarterback. He's buzz, he's ticket sales, he's leverage for a stadium deal. Stefanski sees him as a headache, a risk, maybe even a threat to his authority. So the front office pulled the trigger and forced the board to tilt. No veteran safety net, no easy out, just a head coach being squeezed until he makes the move they want. And now Shedeur Sanders, whether he's ready or not, isn't just a player in waiting. He's the pawn caught in the ugliest kind of organizational chess game, one where the fans, the locker room, and the entire division are watching every move. Because when you strip away the polite pressers and the coach speak, the truth is simple. Cleveland didn't trade Flacco for football reasons. They traded him to set the trap. And sooner or later, Stefanski's going to have to step right into it. Kevin Stefanski has built himself a wall. And the craziest part, it's not built out of scheme or talent evaluation or wins. It's built out of silence. You ever notice how the man will talk at length about Dylan Gabriel? He'll praise his poise, his accuracy, his fit in the system. He'll give reporters paragraphs about what Gabriel brings to the offense. But the second Shedeur Sanders' name comes up, boom, the wall goes up. Suddenly it's all generic coach speak. We want the best for all our players. Everyone's competing. We'll see how things shake out. No specifics, no acknowledgement. Almost like saying Shedeur's name out loud would give him power. And that's the part that drives me insane, because this isn't about X's and O's. This isn't about who's ready and who's not. This is ego. This is pride. This is a coach digging his heels in because he didn't want the pick in the first place. Stefanski didn't draft Shedeur. He didn't ask for him. And now it feels like he's doing everything possible to prove a point. I was right. He's not ready. My guy is better. That's what this is really about. Not football, politics, control, saving face. And then came the Jalen Ramsey moment. One of the most disrespectful, most telling plays I've seen all year. Ramsey sacks Gabriel, pops up, and instead of celebrating with his team, he turns, looks right at Stefanski on the sideline, and points to Shedeur Sanders. Do you know how humiliating that is? A Pro Bowl corner from the other team calling you out on national TV, basically saying, stop protecting your guy, put the real quarterback in. That wasn't just a taunt. That was truth in broad daylight. The kind of truth even Stefanski couldn't ignore. But here's the kicker. He did ignore it. He doubled down. He kept Gabriel out there, kept dialing up the safest, most vanilla play calls imaginable. 52 pass attempts, only 3 beyond 10 yards. That's not football. That's babysitting. That's a head coach trying to manufacture competence to justify his own narrative. And fans aren't stupid. We see it. We see Gabriel throwing checkdowns. We see Shedeur standing there with his helmet on, and we know what's happening. This isn't development. This is sabotage. And that's what makes it so frustrating. Because Stefanski isn't just holding Shedeur back. He's holding the entire franchise back. He's letting pride dictate decisions in a city that's been starving for a real quarterback for decades. You can hear it in the chants at the stadium. You can feel it in the energy online. Browns fans want Shedeur. The locker room probably wants Shedeur. Even opposing players are saying it. The only one still building his wall is Stefanski. But here's the truth about walls. They don't last forever. They crack. They crumble. And Cleveland's wall? It's already showing fractures. There's something different about Shedeur Sanders. You don't even have to be a Browns fan to feel it. Watch the stands, listen to the crowd. The name that echoes isn't Dylan Gabriel. It isn't even Joe Flacco when he was here. It's Shedeur. Those jerseys are flying off shelves before the kid has even taken meaningful snaps. That's not hype. That's magnetism. That's the it factor that you can't coach, can't scheme, can't manufacture. Cleveland hasn't felt this kind of energy since LeBron was dragging the Cavs to relevance, and now it's living inside a rookie quarterback who hasn't even been given the keys yet. Look back at Colorado. Everybody doubted Dion when he took that job. The media laughed. Analysts wrote them off before a single game was played. And then Shedeur walked onto that field, and what happened? He lit it up. He threw for over 500 yards in his very first game against TCU. He didn't just play well. He played like he belonged. And he didn't do it with arrogance. He did it with that Sanders confidence, that calm belief that said, "This is who I am. This is what I do." He's been forged under the brightest spotlight since high school, and instead of shrinking, he's grown in it. That's what makes him special. Now stack that against the Browns' culture of fear. A franchise terrified of making the wrong move. A coaching staff babying their safe quarterback, terrified to push the ball downfield, dialing up checkdowns and hoping fans don't notice. It's the exact opposite of what Shedeur represents. He's risk, he's reward, he's swagger, he's the spark that Cleveland's been starving for. Because let's be honest, the Browns don't just need another quarterback. They need hope. They need identity. They need someone who makes you believe in Sundays again. And Shedeur embodies that. You put him on the field and it's not just about completions or touchdowns. It's about energy. The stadium feels different. The city feels different. Fans who gave up on this team years ago start tuning back in. Kids wear number 2 in the schoolyard, pretending to be him. Opponents feel it too. That's why Jalen Ramsey pointed at him after sacking Gabriel. Because even across the field, guys know who the real story is. Players know talent when they see it, and the Browns have it sitting on the bench, waiting for permission. Here's the truth. The walls can't hold back energy like this forever. It's building, game by game, loss by loss. And when Shedeur finally steps under center, it won't just be a quarterback switch. It'll be a culture shift. Fans know it. Opponents know it. His own teammates know it. The only question left is when. Because with Shedeur Sanders, it's not a matter of if. It's only a matter of time. The clock is ticking in Cleveland, and every fan can feel it. Every game that goes by without Shedeur Sanders on the field feels like time slipping away. Another week wasted, another chance lost. This isn't just about a quarterback battle anymore. This is about the future of a franchise that has spent decades searching for the guy and always coming up short. And here's the brutal truth. The Browns don't have time to waste. Not with this roster, not with this fan base, not with the pressure that's already boiling over. Because if Shedeur plays soon, if they hand him the ball now, he has the chance to flip everything. He has the chance to inject life into a locker room that looks like it's sleepwalking. He has the chance to ignite a fan base that's been through heartbreak after heartbreak. He has the chance to reshape the entire identity of this team. But if they wait too long, if the front office drags their feet, if Stefanski keeps hiding behind his wall, if Barry keeps trying to play chess instead of football, then this season becomes another wasted year. Another year of disappointment. Another year of asking, what if? And Cleveland doesn't get many more of those before fans stop believing altogether. This is bigger than stats. This is bigger than contracts. This is about legacy. This is about belief. This is about whether the Browns finally get it right or whether they let politics and ego ruin another chapter in their history. The stakes couldn't be higher because in the NFL, windows don't stay open forever. And right now, the Browns are sitting on a window of possibility that could slam shut if they don't act. My bold prediction? Within weeks, Shedeur Sanders is going to get his shot. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Dylan Gabriel can only tread water for so long. Losses pile up, fans get louder, the locker room gets restless, and eventually the front office will have no choice. They'll have to hand the keys to the kid. And when they do, that stadium is going to erupt. The city will shake. You'll feel it in every chant, in every roar, in every snap he takes. Because this fan base has been waiting for hope, and Shedeur is hope. Cleveland fans have waited long enough. They've suffered through the carousel, the experiments, the heartbreaks. They deserve to see what this kid can do. They deserve to believe again. And when Shedeur Sanders finally steps onto that field, we'll all know instantly whether this is the beginning of something special. No more hiding. No more waiting. The clock is ticking and it's about to strike.